Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Write This Down. I'm Angela. He
Oh
taking
yes,
again.
and it's your boy Marcus. I am back. We are back in effect.
We've been gone for a minute now. We back with the jump off.
I hope everyone is well out there. Did you miss us?
They did. They did. What you been up to, Marcus? Give us a rundown. What's tea or tequila? What's going on?
Well, I ain't been doing too much. I've been traveling a little bit for work. That's about it. Just make going through life. It had nothing too crazy has been going on. I know we've been going back and forth trying to figure out when we're gonna come back and stuff like that because our schedules are so hectic. But here we are. As the audience can tell, we're not in the studio today. We're doing this from our home.
You at the
Uh,
crib with it.
yeah, yeah. So we're busy. The studio's being renovated. We couldn't wait. We tried to wait, but we couldn't wait. We got to get this. We got to get this heat rock to y'all. So that's why we're here.
Gotta get it out here. Out
Yeah.
here. What have I done? My birthday was in March, so I went to New Orleans. I did a little solo trip in New Orleans.
Love New
Uh,
Orleans.
Me too. Ate my life away. Came back. Went to the doctor the next day. I blamed it on New Orleans, but the doctor was like, "No." Anyway, came back pre-diabetic and high cholesterol. I said it's because I just came from New Orleans and I ate a lot.
Oh,
That's what it is. He was
oh
like,
no.
"No, no." So I've been trying to get myself together ever since then. Lots and lots and lots of fiber. Very happy I stay alone because it has been.
Oh
I've,
yeah.
I've been fighting for my
You
life.
on that Metamucil?
Yes, he like you need to get more fiber, fiber, fiber. I'm like, oh my god, if I eat
Uh,
any more fiber, I'm gonna float the hell away.
oh yeah, I take supplements. Got to.
I'm gonna float away. I said, Lord Jesus, I am not built for this. Thank God I
Well,
live by myself.
well, at least you're regular, as the old folks would say back in the day. At least you're regular.
What else have you bought anything notable? No,
Oh
like
yeah.
would you
Uh,
what we spending cash money on?
Tequila and tapestry.
Tapestry. You didn't what? Like art?
No, just
Oh,
clothes. That's it. This clothes. Yeah,
tapestry.
yeah,
Duh,
yeah,
duh.
yeah.
Oh my God. I was about to say I bought some art too. I bought a piece of art yesterday.
I did. Oh, I did buy some art, but actually, yeah, I did buy some art too. I got these not too long ago. I have this is
I love that.
I got this from an independent artist out in Philadelphia. This is Eartha Kitt. I got another one,
I did not
Muhammad Ali. So yeah, yeah. So I got that, and I got two more pieces coming in by support Black artists.
okay.
From this, I will share that later with the with the fans, with our audience.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'll share it. So yeah, so I got that. Got a few sneakers. You know, I got these orange Margiela replicas. I'm happy that I copped. I'm ready to get those in. They should be coming in any day now. So yeah, just trying to figure out my steeds for the spring and summer.
For the
What about
spring,
you?
summertime. I haven't done a lot of shopping. The last couple things I bought were two things that have been on my list for a while. I did buy both of them secondhand, but both were like practically brand new. So I bought a leather jacket from Golden Goose, and then I
Okay.
bought a pair of like Bottega Mule. I am a mule girl. Like I'm granny with the shoe. I like a good mule. Slip your feet in,
Yeah.
slip your feet out.
Yeah.
But other than that, that's all the shopping I've been doing. I did, like I said, I bought a print yesterday, but that's just because I literally have been looking at this print for like the last year. I want it for my kitchen, and I was like, I'm gonna buy it. And she made a post yesterday, like I'm closing down the print shop. She having a baby. I said, yeah, let me get.
So
Because
you
I
are
haven't
you
been
one of
doing much
those?
shopping in
I
my
know.
womanhood.
Are you one of those people? Because you said a leather jacket. So you one of those people that in the spring and summer try to get some fall and winter stuff if their value prices are down.
Yes and no. I
Mm.
just buy whatever whatever, especially secondhand because I'm usually stalking. I
Oh,
have
that's right. You did say
things
a
in
second
my
hand.
mind. So I'm usually stalking like the real Vestiaire because I'm like, I'm trying to find that thing. So I don't care what time of year it is, I'm gonna buy it. But again, in Chicago, you need a jacket
Yeah,
until
you do.
about June. So
yeah. It's quite different here in Atlanta, but
Yes, y'all
yeah,
already in the 90s.
man, I'm telling you, 89 degrees. You're like, what the hell?
And I mean, give me a
Supposed to
little bit
ease
of
on
break.
into it.
I
Yeah,
mean,
ease on
damn.
into
Can I have some 70-degree days? That's like the
it.
sweet spot. Give me a good 70-degree day with a little breeze.
Perfect day.
Perfect. Yeah, but that's it. That's all I've been up to.
Okay, good. Well, we are back in effect, like I said earlier. And today, we're gonna introduce a new topic today. This is our cocktail connoisseur episode focused
We
on
got our
tequila.
drinks.
Yes, focused on tequila specifically.
He do.
Um,
I'm not gonna
and
lie.
on that note, I will, I gotta talk about that's the shit I don't like. And I'm gonna keep it in the tequila realm. So for me, it's a couple of things that I don't like about that involves tequila. So one is the myth that tequila gives bad hangovers. That just means you're drinking the wrong tequila. Yeah, and we
That
will get
means
into
cheap.
this. Yes, we'll get into this later. You're drinking the tequila that has additives or mixers. It's not the tequila. So that's one myth. That's something. That's the shit I don't like when people don't know what they're talking about when it
Don't
comes.
talk about his tequila.
Yeah. Because people just have it, and this is why we're having this episode because we got a lot of feedback and we want to let the audience know what to do and what not to do when you're purchasing your spirits, like I said, specifically tequila this episode. So that's the one thing that I don't like. Also, it is the celebrity markup for bottles that aren't even what they claim to be.
So you
Uh,
mean like celebrity brands? Is that what that means?
yes,
Okay.
yes, yes,
Like
yes.
Kendall Jenner. That's the only celebrity I know they got a brand. Who else got a brand? A tequila.
Kendall has an 818.
818, yeah.
Um, Kevin Hart has Grand Cormino.
Uh, no
Um,
Bad Bunny got a tequila too. Did
I,
I
I don't
make
know.
that
I don't
up?
know about his.
I think I made that
I don't
up.
know about, but it's just and this is where we're going to go into just the basics of how to get tequila, how to watch price points and what to buy. I see a lot of people buying Terramana in our culture, and stop it. Yeah, I'm just,
Which one is that? The one with the bell on top? What's that called?
no, that is that's Clase Azul that you're talking
Oh,
about.
okay.
Yeah, the bottle is the best thing about that tequila.
It
Also,
is so cutesy. I like the bottle.
yeah,
Let me ask you this. What's Do you think tequila is probably like the most universal like alcohol? I feel like it is. Like I'm not like I'm gonna get some tequila, but if somebody like let's take a shot, I will only
yeah,
take a shot if it's tequila. And I feel like it mixes really well. It mix
yeah,
like if it's a mixed drink, I only want like a tequila mixed drink if I'm gonna have a
yeah,
drink. Unless it's a dirty martini and then I want gin.
yeah. I think it's super popular right now.
Hmm.
Um, I don't know if it's I mean, it's just popular. It's super popular right now. In the last 5 to 10 years, is really been popularized.
Did we
Uh,
drink tequila in college? I don't think we drank tequila. What we drink? Vodka?
I drank some of everything, but
Uh,
you know, yeah.
Nuvo?
Mhm. Oh God, yeah. We were big on vodka though. I remember vodka being big.
I feel like we drank
Yeah,
vodka or something. I don't
Mhm.
know.
Yeah, I remember. I remember specifically vodka because I never, even when I was broke, I didn't buy cheap liquor because I was my dad. Like I
Oh,
said on the previous episode, my dad always said, if you're gonna do something bad for you want to do the best of it. So we used to pool our money together and get like bottles of Belvedere, like big, like that.
oh no,
So,
baby. We had them plastic bottles of Skull
oh
vodka under the
no,
bed. Big. I'm talking about big gallon. You could get it from Walmart.
no, hell no. I was working in college. We ain't do that. Hell no.
Oh,
Yeah, I
we
was.
drank that cheap shit. That's why we was stumbling like
Yeah,
weekend at
throwing
Bernie's
up.
around the goddamn around the
Damn,
campus drunk.
damn, you seen what happened? Yeah. She was on that irk and jerk. Nah, we
Yeah.
ain't do it. Yeah, so yeah, it was vodka. But as we get into the basics, I like to call this tequila 101. What makes tequila tequila? It must be from a blue agave in specific regions of Mexico, primarily Jalisco. And the difference between 100% agave versus a mix, which is like 51% agave minimum. Um, why 100% agave matters for quality and how you feel the next day. And as we will talk about later, as recent lawsuits have revealed, 100% agave on the label doesn't always mean what you think. So, you have four main types of tequila. You have Blanco, Reposado, Añejo, and Extra Añejo. And Añejo and Extra Añejo, this means it's aged longer.
Okay.
Usually 1 to 3 years for Añejo and about 3+ years for Extra Añejo, which is the most expensive. So it goes by, Blanco's always going to be
Cheaper.
the cheapest.
That's the white, the clear.
Yeah, but it's also the purest expression of agave, and it's best for
Okay.
like mixing, or if you just want to have shots, margaritas, palomas. You get that true tasting agave flavor.
Okay.
Yeah,
That makes sense.
that's as I take a sip now. Yes,
Of that. What are you drink? Which one you drinking tonight?
I am drinking this. This one is one of my favorite blancos. You know what? I should just get the bottle since
I was
I'm
about to say,
home.
where the
Let me just
bottle?
get the bottle. I
Where's
show
the
you the
bottle?
bottle. This is the one that I keep
Where's
in
the
the
bottle?
freezer all the time. So hold on, I get it for you.
It don't break.
This is one of my easy sipped go to blancos. This is Tapatio.
Okay.
It's like the hot sauce, but that's the name, Tapatio.
Let me
But
write that down because I made my little desk I work at because when you have gentlemen callers, you have men over. Like I drink wine, but I would like
yeah,
to have the things that the men like to drink
yeah.
at the house.
So I'm gonna recommend some Tapatio being one as a good blanco. Like I said, I keep this one in my freezer. All the other ones I keep at the bar. I got Lalo is another good blanco that's easy to acquire. And one of my favorite blancos is hard to acquire, which is called Fortaleza.
It's hard
But
to
anyway,
acquire in the States or
yeah,
like
it's hard to acquire in general, especially depending on what region you live in. It's easier in like places like California,
okay,
but across the United States, they always give it to restaurants and bars first. It's harder to find. Like I have to order it if I find it. Yeah.
okay, that makes sense.
So obviously we talked about Blanco, Reposado. Is aged to 2 to 12 months in oak barrels. Has like a subtle wood, hint of vanilla notes, and
And
it's
it's
best
like
for.
yellowy, right? Isn't it like
Yeah, it's a
dark?
brownish
Okay,
tint flavor. I mean, it goes as you go up in tequila ranks, it gets darker.
okay,
Um, and it's good for sipping and cocktails. You can do a lot of cocktails with reposado. Sometimes people do instead of a lot of people like espresso martinis. So sometimes when me and my fiance we get them with reposado
okay,
instead of vodka. Or sometimes people use blanco. So it just depends. Añejo is the age. Reposado is rested. Añejo is the age. Like I said, 1 to 3 years in oak barrels. It's a darker color and richer flavor and a more smooth finish than the other ones. Best for just sipping neat and like special occasions.
okay,
And then you have the extra añejo, which is 3+ years in oak barrels, the most expensive, complex flavors, and it reminds you more of a cognac or a whiskey or a bourbon. And
okay.
it's for just serious sipping and real connoisseurs like myself.
So it's like that. You know how like in the movie, you know, to say something stupid. I laughed at myself. You know how like in the movies, the man come on from a long day at work, he go to his little
Oh
bar.
yeah, yeah, yeah. That's what
So
that is.
instead of
Yeah,
whiskey, that's what that one is. See, I
yeah. So it's
gotta
like
attach visuals to everything. Okay.
and you just pour that much. You just right in there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and then take a look. And then
yeah,
that's it for the
yeah.
night. Did I ask you which one is your favorite, like, out of all? Which is your favorite? Blanco, Reposado,
Um,
Añejo?
I don't have I have a favorite brand for each. I could probably say.
Okay. Okay.
I kind of mentioned the Blanco already, but for
Yeah.
Reposado, it would have to be Cascanes. I mentioned that last year. Cascanes is probably my favorite repo. Magenta has a good one also. And if we do Añejo, I'm big on Don Fulano. They're really good. Cascanes has a good añejo too, and extra añejo. And I will post this. I went to a tequila sipping this past. Oh, that's what I did. I didn't even mention this. I went to a tequila sipping event this past weekend, and I'll post this on our socials. And my favorite extra añejo that was there was by Tequila Ocho.
Okay.
Tequila Ocho. Everything they have is good. It's one of my favorites, also for all brackets. So, but my favorite extra añejo was Tequila Ocho for sure.
Okay. So you haven't mentioned any of the tequilas that I am familiar. Now I'm not a huge tequila drinker. I will
Mhm.
say when I was younger, like in my 20s, the rule was when you went on a date, you just ordered tequila, like a tequila and soda water, because
Mhm.
it doesn't make your stomach, like every other like alcohol will make your stomach upset, and you don't want your stomach upset. You don't know where the night is gonna lead you, so you get you a little tequila and soda water. So I
Or
would
vodka
and I
soda.
would get like
Yeah.
a little lime,
Yeah.
but we was drinking stuff like Patron. You haven't know that I was gonna. I said that to say you didn't name anything that we would usually drink like Patron. What's some other Casamigos
Yeah.
tequila,
People like
like stuff like
Casamigos,
that.
Don Julio.
Don Julio, yeah.
That's a great segue. Patron is not in this category, but the other two are. And we talk about the no additive movement and why it matters. So Don Julio and Casamigos are known to have additives in their tequila. And what additives are you have legal additives allowed in tequila up to like 1% of total volume. So
Okay.
additives could be coloring to darken or fake the aging look, make it look like it's more oak extract to mimic like the barrel of
The
aging, but
taste.
it's but the to mimic the barrel aging without actually aging. So they can say,
Okay.
"Oh, it's from oak, but it hasn't really been aged." And you have artificial smoothness and mouthfeel, things like glycerin, which is you definitely don't want that in your tequila, and sugar syrup for sweetness. So the the problem is that brands don't have to disclose these on the label.
Okay.
Um, and some brands may be just using more than just these additives. So that's the bigger problem, as we will get into later when we talk about this lawsuit. But so that's why I make sure. So that's why you don't hear me, talk about popularized tequila that's in like rap songs and stuff like that, because
Okay.
it's they, people just don't know. People just know what they. People don't know what they don't know. So that's why we're
Yeah.
here to inform them on why additive free is the best way to go. And then when I
So
was
are
at
those additives, is that why Don Julio make a Macafulio? Like what is the issue? Like does it like have an effect on you, or you just are paying premium price for something that's like not premium, or it's
Yeah,
like
it's not as premium. It's not as pure. It's
okay.
not as pure. Yeah,
Okay.
they only make it to what they have to legally, and then everything
Got
else
it.
they add. You know what I'm saying? So it goes through that. And why do you want to choose? And why is additive free so important? And why I talk about it? You have a pure taste. You're tasting the actual agave and barrel. It's nothing fake. No fake sweeteners or artificial sweeteners. Better hangover profile. We talked about college, and now, especially us as we're getting older, us as they call us,
Mhm.
elder millennials, is there's no added sugars, and it's a cleaner. If you don't have added sugars, it's next morning is easier for you.
Yeah.
And authenticity. That is one of the major. You get what you're paying for. You get what you pay for supporting traditional production methods out of Mexico. You're not funding, deceptive marketing practices, or this is look how cool I am because this person is drinking tequila. Like you said, Kendall Jenner's 818. That's full of additives.
Yeah. Does she even drink tequila? Does Kevin Hart drink tequila?
He's an ambassador, and I love Kevin Hart, but his it's not his tequila's. It's cool,
Hmm.
but
Interesting.
um, how to identify additive free tequila. A lot of time, if you don't know, depending on where you are, some people you can ask the store, but you can read the bottle. Sometimes, like I said, bottles can be deceiving. So look, you have your phone in your hand, Google it. Okay, that's how I got into this rabbit hole. My brother had me on this journey a couple years ago, and I haven't turned back.
I
So,
was just about to say when he was in Chicago, he was showing me the app for wine. I'm like, do they got an app for tequila?
oh yeah, Matthews,
Where you
yeah,
could like look at your ratings for the
yeah.
tequila?
I'm sure they do. You know, that's a good question. I'll have to Google it.
You
I
can create
don't.
it. You
So
can
I just
create
been.
it and take us all about the hood.
Yeah, so I just
What the
been
hell?
I just been leapfrogging because once you get into the whole tequila community and stuff, like people, like if I go to a bar and I tell them, because sometimes when I go to a bar, they automatically think I want a certain type of tequila. So when I say, "Oh, can I get this?" They're like, "Oh," you know. So then it's like you learn
Okay.
more and more because they're like, "Oh, you know a little something." So that's how I pretty much learned. I learned it just by trial and error and also asking questions, real
Okay.
life questions to real individuals. You want to identify additive free tequila brands. Look for verified by tequila matchmakers or similar resources. Check for additive free certification on the label or website. And like we just said, Google is your friend, people.
Mhm.
Research before buying. Transparency is key. Also, like we talked about, like this bottle here, trust smaller craft distilleries over mass marketing
Okay.
brands. If it seems too smooth for its age, it's probably additives. But trust smaller craft distilleries, and you know it's smaller once you, like you said, you do your research and you can tell how they produce bottles, how much is limited, how much you can find it in the store. Trust smaller distilleries.
So when you say too smooth, what
Yeah.
is that sense that like should it burn a little bit? If it's not burning enough, like what
If
is
it's too smooth for its age, so if it's like if you give me if you give me like a Blanco or a Repo and it's just like overly smooth, that means something's up.
okay.
Something's up.
Okay.
And you sometimes you can feel the on the back end you can feel kind of like the harshness of
Okay.
it. Because when it comes, it might come off as smooth as first, but once you finish, you like, yeah, something's off. So you'll
Somehow.
get that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So now we can jump into this lawsuit. You know, we mentioned this. So it's a 2025 class action lawsuit. In May of 2025, the allegations Diego, which is the parent company who owns Casamigos and Don Julio, was hit with a class action lawsuit alleging
Hmm.
their tequilas labeled 100% agave actually contain significant amounts of non agave alcohol. So that is the allegation.
Are the defendants people or like restaurants or like those type? Is it like a corporate defendant or is it like actual people saying, "Hey"?
Well, they were filed in federal court in New York, California, and Florida. So it's a class action. So it's multiple, it's
Multiple
multiple
entities.
entities.
Okay.
Yeah. So the claims is that an independent lab tested showing Casamigos Blanco only having 33% of agave derived ethanol, their Reposado only 42% of agave, and Don Julio Blanco and Don Julio 1942, shout out to Meek Mill, also tested below 100% agave.
So
So these are
what are the other additives then?
Well, that's what people were trying to figure out. It's so many,
Oh
so that
Lord.
they add these things to save money because the agave is a plant. It's just like anything else. You have to nurture, you have to grow, you have to go through this whole process. So they're adding things to make it quicker and shipping it out so they get more money. It's all
I
about money.
wonder
It's all
if it
about saving
started
money.
out that way or if because of demand they're trying to keep up with it and so
It
then you
probably
start cutting
probably
corners.
demand grew because I remember when
Okay.
Casamigos before people even knew Casamigos. This one I used to before I even knew anything, you could get it, and I think it tastes different than it does now. So
Okay.
it might be you might have a good point.
Yeah.
Um, so people are seeking up to 5 million in damages on behalf of affected consumers, requesting
Ooh.
injunctions to stop deceptive labeling practices. So Diego, I want to be fair here. Diego has responded. They has filed motions to dismiss, claiming the claims implausible and without factual or legal merit. Company maintains both brands are proudly made with 100% Blue Weber agave, and they state they will vigorously defend the quality and integrity of their tequilas. So that's
I
Right.
just feel like where there's smoke, there's fire. And I also think
Yeah.
that that's why people that are really people that have special interests like these are
Mhm.
like important. People are probably like, it's just tequila, but no, because if you didn't have people like you that had a special interest in something like tequila, they would have
Mhm.
never been able to like taste that and be like, this shit ain't right. You
Yes.
would like people would never question anything if people weren't like
Mhm.
anally like obsessed with stuff. I find
Right.
this type of stuff very interesting.
Yeah. And then, they also say proudly made with 100% agave. Yeah, it could be made with some agave that can be 100%, but that doesn't mean that you don't add anything. So the
Yeah.
wording is very, as you know, in liquid
Deceptive
art. Yeah,
marketing.
yeah, the wording is very deceptive at times. So you have to be careful. What this means for the consumer, it just raises questions about, the oversight of how tequila is regulated. Um, it highlights the importance of independent testing and verification because, like I said, this was independent lab testers who did this. And it's probably a widespread issue against the whole premium tequila market. So, what can you do as a consumer? Don't trust the label, research, like I said, support brands with verified additive free certifications, pay attention to these lawsuits, and vote with your wallet. That's what's amazing. Choose transparent producers.
Mhm.
Whether the allegations are proven true or not, this controversy, it highlights why additive-free movement matters. Consumers deserve transparency, and you're going to get that here at Write This Down, especially when you're paying premium prices. This is exactly why we focus on additive-free brands and today's recommendations, as I will go to shortly. But first, I want to get to the overhyped brands and those that we know have additives.
Tea. This is tea.
Yes. So, what are you really paying for? Don Julio 1942, which is mentioned in the lawsuit. The hype. It's all about hype. You hear it in songs. It's known for being smooth, likely due to additives, the glycerin, the sugar. You're paying for the name. You're paying for the bottle design and the celebrity.
What's the difference between regular Don Julio and 1942? Besides, the bottle was really cute. I do think the bottle was really cute.
Well, it's supposed to be. I think 42 is either añejo or reposado. It's supposed to be
Okay.
of age. Yeah. So, I have a better alternative for you. I mentioned Fortaleza. It blows 1942 out the water. Also, you can look at G4 Reposado. Also, a wonderful addition to your tequila collection if you like tequila. Both are additive free, traditionally made, and you'll have money left over. So, so another brand, obviously we know Casamigos,
Mm.
George Clooney, the hype, you know,
Now
marketed.
wait a minute. Wait a
Yeah,
minute. You
yeah.
telling me the Clonster owns Casamigos?
He used to. I think he sold it, but yeah, he used to own. He started it. He started it.
What?
Yeah.
You learn something
Um,
new every day.
Heavy additives in Casamigos. Heavy additive. Diego purchased Casamigos for 1 billion, so that's why it probably changed. Remember?
With B.
Yeah, yeah,
That's why his ass don't be acting no more.
yeah,
He don't
yeah,
need to.
yeah. So
God,
yeah,
what is this
so
tequila?
yeah, Casamigos is usually $45, $65. Definitely better alternatives out there. You can look at Arete, Espolon, Cimarron. All those are good alternatives to
Okay, so
Casamigos.
Espolon is good because I have been buying that. That's what the guy told me. I used to, my old building used to, look, this is my contribution to the conversation.
Mm,
My old building used to be above a wine shop, and I would go in there on the weekend and give me a bottle of wine. And sometimes they would be having like, if Friday, I would come down there and be like, hey,
mm.
I'm coming to get a bottle of wine and some olives. Thank you.
Yeah,
And sometimes they would be doing tastings, and I would like do the tasting, and I was like, "Oh, I need to buy some stuff for my bar," and he had me buy the
yeah,
Espolon or whatever you call it. And I,
yeah,
is this you did? What is this?
yeah.
This ain't no Casamigos. He was like,
Yeah,
"No, this is better for your bar." So I've been buying that because he said it's
yeah.
better for the bar.
And another brand I like is Siete Leguas. Leguas. That is SIETELEGUAS. And we will highlight these on our stories and all our socials. But if you like Casamigos or Patron, it will you'll like this one. And we mentioned Tapatio. And I'll just go through these other brands. But before I go through those other brands, one more on my overhyped fraud list is, like I said, I have about two more. 818 with Kendall Jenner. Um, Decent quality, but significant celebrity markup, and it's not verified, additive free. Terramana, which is popular in the black community.
I've
The
never heard
Rock,
of that one.
The Rock endorses it. It's good for mixing. It's not additive free, and it's mass market production.
Mm.
Yeah. So the pattern, celebrity brands charge 2 to 3 times more than what you pay for an equal or better brand from craft distilleries. You're paying for the marketing and endorsements, not superior tequila.
This is so
So
fascinating.
yeah, so my recommended additive free brands, everything I name in this list is additive free. I already mentioned Espolòn, Cimarron, and Arette. Um, those are budget friendly tequilas, $25 to $45. These particular budget friendly tequilas prove that you don't need $100+ to get quality. Okay, you can get it at those prices. Then you can go up the mid range. Like I said, the one I keep in the freezer is Tapatio. You can do Siete Leguas. Like I said, Lalo is a good one also. So those are some brands that you can find, $45 to $80, depending. Don Fulano, depending on which one you get. Also, G4 has a Blanco and a Repo, also between $60 to $85. Um, Best balance for quality, price, and availability. They deliver great tequila, and you don't have to worry about the hype and all that.
I'm
Premium.
looking at it.
Hmm?
Need me all my money. The economy
Yeah.
too bad for that.
And Tequila Ocho is another good one. It also has a wide range. I mentioned premium and special releases, so that'll be like the extra and Yeho from Tequila Ocho, which will probably be close to $200. Fortaleza, they have hard to find batches and blends. Like they have a winter blend that's limited batches. You definitely gonna spend close to 200 for that. G4 has an extra añejo with a 55-month age, 6-year reserve. So that was going to be like, that's for serious collectors. That'll be up to like $700. So, those are splurge only tequilas. So yeah, so those are some brands that I would recommend. And they're, you can, like I said, do your research. That's the most important. If you want a Blanco for a perfect margarita or a Paloma, I know ranch water is popular now. If you don't know what ranch water is, that is a Topo Chico or sparkling water. You build with a glass of ice and you put the tequila in there, and that is ranch water.
Now, that sounds like something. I'm not a real tequila drinker, but that sounds like something I can get with. I love a Topo Chico. I keep them in
Yeah.
my refrigerator.
Yeah. Now, since we're talking about additive free, you do want to be careful with Topo Chico because too much Topo Chico is bad. They they were got in some trouble for PFAs. I had to stop drinking Topo Chico when I found this out.
The in the
The
glass
chemical.
bottle with the yellow lid. Oh fuck! What? I'm going
Yeah.
back to my LaCroix. I'm going back to my LaCroix.
You
What the
see what I drink
hell?
now? I drink Saratoga sparkling water.
I'm
Yeah.
going back to my LaCroix. Fuck that. Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
brother. It's something wrong with it. We can't eat nothing.
Let me, let me make sure I get you right information. So Topo Chico in 2021, they reduced the PFA content. But it's still there. They have about 3.9 PPT, remains below the international bottled water limit of 5 PPTs. And they had a voluntary recall in 2025. So,
I just said something yesterday.
so just be careful. Be careful
Oh,
with it.
chef going back to staying
Yeah.
Pellegrino. They ain't never did me bad. Uh-uh.
Yeah. So, so for your bar, you want to have a quality. I'm gonna get your bar started up for your tequila. You want to have a quality blanco. Like I said, Lalo is a good starting point. You want to have one reposado, for versatility for cocktails. And you got to keep Grand Marnier on hand. I keep that; it's essential.
You have to have Grand Marnier.
Yes, got to. Yeah,
Like,
got to keep that for the margaritas.
yeah.
Um, yeah, so you want to do that, and you try to get you a nice bottle of añejo. Do it. Steady. Steady wins the race. Just do it. You don't have to get it all in one time, but just build your bar like that. Start with
Mhm.
the quality blanco, go up to the repo, and then if you get a bonus or it's holiday time, you go ahead and splurge. And we kind of talked about how certain places have more more tequila that dominates. Like in California and Texas, Southwest, they have the most tequila you can find in their stores. So they'll have better selections. But you got growing popularity in cities such as Atlanta, Chicago, and New York. So it's growing. So where there's more demand, the supply will ramp up. And
Where is it mostly produced? Like, where's the best place for it to be produced? Like, if it's produced Mexico,
Mexico, yeah, Mexico has to be
do
from
you know
Mexico.
how like
Jalisco,
okay,
Jalisco, Mexico, preferably.
okay, okay.
Yeah, yeah. Um, and then we want to talk about some other spirits worth knowing. If you like tequila, some people also like mezcal. Like myself, I do love mezcal.
So mezcal,
Uh,
not that's not tequila.
no, it's like tequila's smoky cousin.
I thought that
Also,
shit is tequila.
yeah, no, but
It's
it's close.
disgusting.
No, I love it. I have, matter of fact, let me go to my bar. 1 second, I'll come back and get my mezcal that I buy.
It tastes like smoked salt. It's nasty.
That means you ain't had a good one. Just to show the audience that this is not all talk. I really do this. This is one of my favorite mezcals here. This is
Siete.
Siete Misterios.
Ooh,
Misterios.
get my Spanish game up.
Siete Misterios.
Siete mysterious.
Yes, I make 100%.
What
Made in
color? Let me see
Oaxaca,
what it look like. Oh, it's
Oaxaca,
clear.
Mexico. Yeah, it's clear.
It tastes like that, and that tastes like some brown liquor.
Yeah, and this is like I said, Cascane is one of my favorite repos.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
Oh, you be taking them bottles down. It's a dent in both of them.
hey, mind your business, mind your business. I like to entertain too. Don't do that. Yeah. We had this fantasy draft over here and all that, everything.
Oh, okay.
Poker night, all that.
So I ain't
So
doing this by myself. Don't
nah.
do it. Don't do it.
So yeah, mezcal. It's also made from agave, a bit like I said, smokier flavor profile. From they roast it underground, and it can be made from different variations of agave. So not just the Blue Weber plant. Some people sip it neat. I like to mix it with cocktails. Like I do this, and they have like uh, if I have a spicy jalapeno margarita mix, I do that. Or you can do like to balance it out. You can get like a mango margarita mix, all organic. I don't do any added. I don't do any extra syrup. I don't do high fructose corn syrup. So none of
Okay, so
those.
you're gonna have to do a separate episode of like all of your mixers.
Oh,
And
I got a good. Hold on, got a good mix.
you
Okay.
come, give us the mixers. We might as well do it all.
Aga Lima is my favorite
I got Lima.
mixer.
Oh, that look delicious.
Yes.
Jalapeno and spicy. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So there you have it. That is my tequila rundown.
This was so interesting. Like,
Yeah,
listen, it's so fun to learn about new things.
yeah, yeah. You never know what you're gonna get right this now. We
But
we
that's
take
sort
you
of
all
the
over.
point of the show, right? Is that
Yeah,
like once you reach a certain age, you have all of these like very specific interests and like tastes. And it
yeah,
has in the older you get the more specific they are. I think it's
yeah,
really interesting to explore that type of stuff. So
Yeah,
That's what
yeah,
we doing here.
yeah. And also, we are a small podcast, so I do want to do a legal disclaimer. Those are alleged allegations against
Allegedly,
Diego.
allegedly, allegedly, allegedly.
So we don't know. This is just alleged, and these allegations have made in a lawsuit, but they also denied these claims. For the record, this is all allegedly. So.
Allegedly, allegedly, allegedly.
Mm.
Don't send no cease and desist. I ain't gonna. I just did my taxes 2 days before taxes was needed to be done, and I owed them people 8 bands.
Oh man,
I didn't even know I made that much extra money last year. I ain't got shit to show for it. I had to
I
get them
own
people
it.
8 bands today. I can't be
I
sued.
wish I owed them 8 bands. I
I
owe
owe
more than
them.
that.
I owe them people that. I said
Yeah.
I don't remember making that much extra
Yeah, it's
income.
cool to keep moving up, making more money. What they don't
People
tell
keep
you.
saying you need to get an LLC right off. Let me tell you something. I have looked into this is my this the shit I don't like. I have looked into the regulations around content creators and what you can actually write off as like a business expense.
Mm.
Y'all trying to get me to go to jail. I do not purchase enough stuff specifically for creating content to be
Yeah,
writing nothing off. Y'all finna have me in the clanky. This is not Orange is the New
well,
Black. No, I put
yeah,
33% aside every time I get a little change. And I pretty much had everything I needed to send them people.
mm,
y'all not finna have me up in the clanky. I ain't built for that.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
that shit. Stop telling me to get an LLC. I will. I ain't making enough money to be doing all of that. I just
yeah.
bought my Bottega bag with that. And had some change left over.
Yeah, I don't even want to talk about it. I filed an extension.
I was on there on the 15th like that. That Nicki Minaj song. I was on
Man,
that
you
damn.
make a certain amount of money and you ain't
Woo!
married. Oh my God.
I said, let me do these taxes for the IRS. Oh, there's two people I'm playing with, the IRS and these student loan folks. Even though we fighting, because if you think I'm finna get, I don't got 1600 for you. I got 8. I got 8.
We can settle right now.
I got 8. I can send you 8. I'm not sending you $1,600 a month.
Right. No, that's crazy.
That's half of my fucking rent. I'm not doing that, bro.
Yeah. So before we close out, leave y'all with some takeaways. Don't trust these labels blindly. You know what I'm saying? Look for verified, do your own research. Start with budget-friendly options if you have to before splurging. Fresh ingredients make all the difference in cocktails. So again, if you want to do additive-free tequila, make sure your mix or whatever ingredients you are using are also um, additive free and don't have artificial sweeteners and stuff like that.
We love simply, but
Yeah.
don't mix me no cocktail with simply lemonade.
Mm.
That's breakfast. Thank you.
uh, Keep an eye on the Diego lawsuit. It could change the industry. It's something to watch. And as you engage, share some of your favorite tequila brands, or if you try any in a lawsuit, you're interested in changing over. Tell us what you try. Take some of my recommendations and give us some feedback. So remember, subscribe, rate, and review.
And write this down. Literally, write it down.
Yeah.
Marcus is going to share all of this information on the stories. So you'll have it. But yeah, follow, like, subscribe, engage,
Yes.
and we'll talk to y'all next time.
We'll see you next time. In our next episode, we will be discussing.
Be so fun.
Yes, we'll be
Come
discussing
on.
'90s black sitcoms, and we'll have a little fashion angle to it, and a lot of trends and things that started from those sitcoms. That some of us feel like credit is due for those times and those people and those
Maxine Shaw,
stylists.
attorney at law.
So we're gonna get into it. We're gonna get into it. So I bid you adieu, and until next time, just remember to write this down.
Peace.